Okay, shall we begin? I'm here to talk about success. My success. You may know me for my astounding positivity, but it wasn't always that way. Today might be a bit depressing. There is a time and place for everything, but not now. Growing up, in my teen years, I had a really complicated high school life. I mean, who doesn't? I never had a plan. I was confused with what I wanted to do. I was always overthinking things. When I was your age, I was a very negative thinking kid. I was that weird kid. Raise your hand if you had that weird friend. If you didn't, the weird person is probably you. Anyways, I battled depression countless times. I mean, it's a thing. It happens to people. I had those thoughts. I never really got caught though. Only a select few of my friends knew. The rest always thought I was this happy, jolly person. It didn't help the fact that I was also battling my illness at the time. I never listened. I didn't take care of my health. I refused to tell anyone because I didn't want to cause more problems. I always disobeyed my parents and ignored the advice given to me by my friends. I was always selfish, never thinking about how others would feel. I've made a ton of mistakes throughout the years. We've all had that day when nothing goes your way and everything feels wrong and you just want to give up and cry. We get sad and depressed and do stupid things. We isolate ourselves from everyone and make time to think about all the wrong we've done. We think so much that our minds just go out of control and you end up forgetting who you really are. It's not an easy thing, admitting to yourself who you really are. It's taken me a while. I tried to smile and laugh and have a good time, just like everyone else. And I made sure I was seen doing it. I never really showed them what they needed to see though. I've had a lot of time to think about how good I was at seeming good. All those stories I told about who I was and why I did the things I did. There were so many lies in those stories. But those lies, I never should have kept quiet. It got to a point where my health just wasn't getting any better. My body was giving in, and I couldn't hide it anymore. As soon as I was admitted into the hospital, I had been diagnosed with heart failure. My parents did always tell me that there was a large chance I would get it. It was in our family, after all. It was in our blood. But I didn't listen. I didn't care. I just wanted to live life, experience what it had to offer, give life a second chance. At that moment, I realized there was no time to think, no time to dwell on the past. Life is short. So I just continued on. I had a goal to achieve, a path to follow, so I couldn't just stop there. That strength and will to live carried on throughout my fight. For me, I feel what helped me survive through all my pain and all my suffering and become a successful CEO of my own tech company were my friends and family. I know, typical. But they believed that I was something when I thought I was nothing. They stuck with me through all the hardships. I had this one teacher back in senior high school. She taught personal development. She once told me to begin by asking myself, what will make me happy? Then she told me to follow it with where I am good at. I learned so much from that class. Instead of integrals and APA formatting, we talked about things like, what is love? What is life? Towards the end of that year, we were asked to make a career plan. Yeah, I did make one, but I did just copy it off the internet. Sorry. Well, anyways, I stuck with that career plan. And look where it got me. I mean, I have my own tech company. Hello? For once, I actually listened. And for that, I am grateful.